Not everyone is meant to be an Arnold. Not everyone wants to go to the gym and lift heavy metal and train like a crazy guy and push yourself to the ultimate max and protein synthesis and rest and this rep and muscle overload, shock the muscle. It's too much. And you need to, the thing is, you can choose the dream body you want, but then you got to be realistic about, am I willing to sacrifice everything that it takes to attain that body? You know, am I willing to do the steps? And if you're honest with yourself and you say, no, I don't want to do that, I don't want to train like that, then you don't have to look up to these people who look like that. You can choose a dream body or choose a sport of interest. You know, if you choose a sport of interest, something you enjoy doing, badminton, rock climbing, CrossFit, whatever, that sport will shape you into the perfect body that is meant for you. Do you know what I mean? And going to the gym, you know, you can make it very complex and there's so many rules and steps and programs and etc. But to be honest, it's quite simple. You go there and you move weight. But if that's not meant for you, go find some activity that interests you. And if you dedicate yourself to that, your dream body will take shape. It'll form. Because, you know, we want to grow muscle and we look up to Arnold. It's kind of like wanting to get into reading and then you look at Albert Einstein's recommendations. It's like, yeah, okay, maybe he reads a lot and I want to also read a lot, but should I be comparing myself to that guy? That's kind of what we do with Arnold. We want muscle and then we just go to the ultimate peak, you know, example of muscle composition out there, and now we try to imitate that. You know, we got to kick down a couple stages here. You know, if that is your goal, I want to be Einstein, I want to be Arnold, do it. But I don't think you're that type of guy. You know, I'm not that type of guy. You know, I somewhat half-ass the gym. I usually go around 80-ish percent, 75-ish percent. If I'm really excited and happy and the sun is out and I really want to make some gains, I'm going to push myself too, you know. Those days come. But I'm not the type who likes to murder himself in the gym. And I look good. I like the body I have. I feel good in my skin. Of course, you know, you see a guy who's younger or same age and the guy is just shredded, huge, or just not even huge, but just triple the performance that I do. And, you know, sometimes you're like, oh yeah, I guess I'm a little jealous and props to that guy. But then I ask myself, do I want to do what that guy is doing? Because that guy's struggling right now. And he's probably here every single day fully invested. And then I say, no, I don't want to do that. So, in a sense, that body isn't even meant for me. I like to maybe do other things. You know, if you crush yourself at the gym, you're going to have setbacks elsewhere. You're going to have to sleep more or eat more or, you know, watch your diet even more. And everything has its price. And I'd rather, you know, sacrifice a little here and gain a little bit more here. So you have to choose and be realistic. Is this body meant for me? Is this lifestyle meant for me? What lifestyle do I want? And if you just want to be fit and have mobility, you know, choose maybe a 50-year-old influencer, you know? Choose someone who has an average life and not these 20-year-olds. You know, every 20-year-old can be an influencer. I bet you they eat ice cream and pizza all day, then they go work out and their metabolism and genetics are through the roof, and then they tell you, this 35-year-old, you know, hard-working woman with a full packed schedule with 3 kids, whatever, that you need to do more push-ups. Like, shut the hell up. No offense, but I've been there. And it's like, those shouldn't be your role models. Arnold shouldn't be your role model. These 20-year-olds shouldn't be your role model. You know, we need to be realistic in that sense. So yeah, choose a body or type of lifestyle that you admire, and then see how these people live. And if it's a grown adult, he's 40, 50, 60, those people they they're balanced. So I'd say maybe stick with them. Anyway, hope that helps.